Welcome to BitByBit-Code channel. In this today video, we'll be learning about the React custom hooks and why we use the custom hooks. So with an example, we'll be learning and we'll be go with the brief examples of this one. And like for the basic purpose, we will understand one of the easiest example, and then maybe in the upcoming video, we can go for the further things. And if the video is interesting, we can just add a comment and subscribe the channel. So now React custom hooks master stateful logic reuse in React component for cleaner, more maintainable code. Why we need to use the custom hook in the sense like in our project in day-to-day project we will be having the lot of logics that we need to write, but writing inside the same component that can be like a one kind of jumble, and like it will be like headache for the like those who read the code. Like suppose if you have written the code and some other person is going to use the same code, so it will be like a messy thing for them. So instead of that, like we need to use the we need to use the custom hook. So basically like what is custom hook, I will explain step by step so we will understand. Now a custom hook is a JavaScript function that lets you stack component logic into reusable functions. It starts with a word use and can call other hooks. So here it means to say that whenever we want to use the custom hook, at that moment we need to use the like term called use as a prefix. Okay, means we need to use the use keyword as a prefix, and then automatically it will understand it is a custom hook. And think of it as a way to share a stateful logic between components without changing their components hierarchy. In this like image you can see that like one component is there and it is sharing the data to other components. So you can one of the like a simple way I have shown here. And why we need to use the custom hooks, like reusable logics share stateful logic across multiple components without duplicating code. So I have told you like it is a write one time and use many time. And then cleaner component code becomes focused on UI, while uh, logic moves to dedicated hooks, so that whenever writing the big codes at that moment, instead of writing the entire logic once again, just write somewhere else and call that one here directly. And then uh, like testful and all the other thing, you can check that one by one. So and the next, rules of custom hooks. So here the name start with use, follow the convention like use custom hooks and use something. So here one example I have shown you in step one. Like I have told you, we need to use the use keyword as a prefix, and then after that we need to write something in front of that, like use custom hook something and use something, like whatever you want you can add like a name. And before writing the name, just use the use keyword, that's it. Just write the use keyword and it will work fine. And then next in the step 2, only only call hooks at the top level. Like this is one of the basic rule. So never call hooks inside the loops condition and nested function. This is like one of the common thing you should have to know about this one. And then third one is the call from React functions only, use hooks in React, and like you can understand. And now this is one of the basic syntax. So here at the left hand side we have created on custom hook, and the right hand side we are using that. In the left hand side custom hook, like one side effect is there, like one life cycle is been performed, and one custom logic function they have written something logic okay, we will learn about the incrementing and decrementing a number. So like for why we use the same because to learn as a beginner we should learn from the scratch, and this is one of the easiest example to learn. And although we have already completed the use state, use effect, use ref, and use context, and now today we are learning about the use custom hooks. So we'll be learning about the custom hooks. Now we'll move to the custom hooks. Now we'll move to the VS code. And I have opened the VS code, and inside this one at the left hand side I just created one folder called custom hooks, and inside this one I have written use counter.jsx and display counter.jsx. So what we need to do, we need to create the custom hooks, okay, and use counter.jsx like this. And then in this one what we need to next in this one, First, we need to write RFCE. So automatically it will create this one. Okay, and then next, I will create one counter app. Let count, comma set count. Okay, is to use state of. Okay, I will initialized. Okay, I will take from that component. If nothing is there, then assign as 0. Then I will use the arrow function. Let increment increment. Okay, and sometimes spelling mistake will happen. So whenever you are like writing anything, just copy paste that variable name at the next time. Okay, let decrement, and then so inside this one, what we need to do, set count of count. Okay, of count plus 1, and here set count of count minus 1, and then inside this return we don't require all these things. Just we need to write like what we need to pass from this one. Okay, I will pass this count, comma increment, comma decrement, and I will just uh, copy these names so that it will be easy for me to write there. So here also I will write RFC. After writing this one, inside this we need to call that particular folder. Okay, import use. Okay, use counter. Okay, imported. Then let we need to destructure this one, is to use counter. Okay, it has been imported, and I will initialize here. Okay, I will write as directory 10, so it will initialize there, and then here count, comma increment, comma decrement. Okay, I'm getting the auto suggestions. If you're not getting, just copy paste the variable names, it will be helpful for you. And then h2, and here as count value. Okay, inside this one, what we need to do, we need to add this count, and then button, just I will add a plus, and then on click. Okay, on instead on click I need to call this increment, and then call this button once again, and I will add a minus, and on click inside this decrement. Okay, and I need to save this one. After saving this, so what you need to do, you need to navigate to your particular folder. So cd. Okay, I have navigated, and inside the app.jsx you need to call this display counter.jsx. Okay, and then npm rundev. Okay, and I have started the server. So basically why we are using this one, so that we will understand now. So here now count is there, and count is getting increment, and it is getting decrement also. So here what happened here, basically, like if you are writing the like this logic inside the display counter, so whatever the logic I have written inside the use counter, that logic you have written inside the display counter, what will happen at that time, this code will become little bit more, right? And then like if you're debugging, then you will like confuse from where it is getting increment and where it is getting decrement. Like now this problem is this simple, but when you're building a project, or else when you have joined a company, at that moment you will see a lot of codes on the screen, and you will unable to understand from where it is coming and where it is going. As a good developer, like what you need to do, so you need to write the custom hooks, and then write the logics inside this one, and then what we need to do, we need to call them inside this one. So this is the one of the easiest way to understand the use counter, like use custom hooks. And I think this is the yeah, I think you have understood this example, and if you require the code, you can just pause this video and you can take this one And apart from this, like if you require the notes of any React JS or else normal JavaScript, then you can go to my GitHub. The link is provided inside my YouTube profile, so you can just from there and you can click and you can download the notes. And thanks for watching the video. And if the video is interesting, just comment something, and that will be helpful for me. Thanks for watching the video.